Good morning, or good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. My name is Carmel. I work with Eastside Neighborhood Services with the Vital Living Program. Thanks for joining me again today for another week of Vital Fitness. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe, staying warm. Let's take a few deep breaths before we start. So go ahead and inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Okay, so make sure you're seated in a chair that has no wheels underneath. So you don't want to be rolling around here. And let's go ahead and get started with our feet, warming up the bottom of our body here first before you get up all the way to our head. But go ahead and just lift your heels up, lift both heels up, and then lift both toes up. So again, lift the heels and then lift the toes. And just switching back and forth. Go ahead and really feel and ease into that movement to warm up here. So shouldn't be stretching too far right away. Go ahead and just get used to that movement as you rock back and forth. Now remember that you should be wearing comfortable clothing that you can move around in. If you wear shoes at home, go ahead and make sure those are shoes that you can do some light exercise with. This is an all abilities exercise class. So just do what you are comfortable with your body, with what it's able to do, and as long as you are moving, that's the important part here. Okay, go ahead and rest the feet flat on the floor. Let's take another deep breath in and a deep breath out. Okay, this time we are going to do some seated marching here. So go ahead and just raise one leg off the ground, raise one knee, and then the other knee. And just switching back and forth. Relax the rest of your body. Keep a nice good posture though the whole time. Go ahead and sit back in your chair if you'd like, but remain seated straight and not hunching over or anything like that. Okay, if you feel ready to, go ahead and speed that up a bit. Again, do it at a comfortable range of motion here. If speeding it up means you can't raise it as high, that's completely normal. That means you have to work extra hard to get it as high at the same height that you were doing it slowly. But again, do what you are comfortable with. Don't push too hard right away, especially as we're warming up. And yes, I hope you're doing well. Okay, go ahead and slow that down again. Okay, and rest both feet to the ground. Take another deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, this time we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to only work one side at a time. So I'm going to choose my right leg here, and I'm just going to raise my right leg 5 times and then put that down. Raise my left leg 5 times and then put that down, and then we'll repeat that again. So choose one leg, go ahead and raise that knee, and then set it back down. Really make it slow. It actually makes it harder. The slower you go and trying to fight that gravity, especially when it comes down. Okay, one more here. And rest. Switch to the other leg. Just this leg moving. Go ahead and raise that up and then back down. Do this at a comfortable pace for yourself too. If you can't go as slow, that's okay. You can adjust to whatever you need it to be. One more time here. And rest. Again, it's an all abilities exercise class, so go ahead and shift to whatever is needed for you and for your abilities. Okay, let's do that again. Switch to your right leg. We're gonna raise our right leg 5 times and then set it back down. So go ahead and raise. Just your right leg moving here at a comfortable pace, comfortable range of motion. And the rest of your body is nice and relaxed, kind of sitting back here. Okay, switch to the other leg this time. This one's an easier exercise to do even if you're just sitting watching TV or anything like that. So go ahead and fit this into your day when you know you don't have time at all for exercise. Okay, this time let's go ahead and raise both of our legs. I'll face a bit to the side here again. We're going to raise our legs up and then put it back down. So if it's too hard to raise it too high, go ahead and just lower your legs as long as you can move and keep it outstretched as best as you can. Go ahead and do that. And we're raising both legs here. Okay, go ahead and rest. We'll try that again. If you want to make it a bit more of a challenge, try and go a little bit higher. But of course, we are warming up here, so go ahead and just do what you can. Again, go ahead and raise your legs down. Try and control that speed for when it comes back down. And rest. Take another deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay, moving on to our torso now this time. I'll face the front here. Okay, so this time, go ahead and turn your torso to one side, looking to the side, looking straight ahead, and then looking to the other side. And repeat, side, straight ahead, and other side. And just take a couple moments to do this. Take your time. If it is too much to look to the side here, you can only look at a certain angle. That's okay. Go ahead and shift and adjust that. If this feels too easy, go ahead and turn all the way back behind you as though you're looking back behind like your back here. Get a nice good stretch no matter what range you can turn back to. Okay, just one more on each side here. And last one. Okay, take another deep breath in, drink some water. I forgot my water bottle again here, so I'll get to that later. But take a deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out, exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. Okay, this time let's work on our arms. We are going to stretch both arms out to the side. Imagine as though you're being pulled at the sides. Stretching as far wide as you can. Take a deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. Okay, add another gentle turn to the side and then to the other side while you're also stretching out your arms. Imagine as though they're extending past your fingertips here. And one more on each side. Okay. Set both arms down. Now we're going to choose one arm to stretch to the side here. Imagine as though you're stretching all the way past your fingertips here. And then you're going to swipe that right in front. Again, other side. stretching to the side, and then coming across the front here. So when you have your arm crossing the front, try not to move your shoulders at the same time. So we're not doing this, where we kind of go through that whole movement while turning the shoulders. We're trying to keep our shoulders facing the front here the whole entire time. So if you can do that, great. If it's hard to do that, that's okay. We work up that flexibility over time. It's always harder in the beginning, and we can build our flexibility no matter what age we are. So it's something that your body can adapt to over time. Okay, keep going at your own pace. Try to go slower if you can. It's actually a little bit harder if you go slower because you have to hold that position for a longer time in those hard to stretch places. Okay, one more on each side here. Stretch and other side. Stretch and relax. Take another deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, continuing with our arms, we are going to raise our arms like just a little bit, not above, but below shoulder level, and then put it back down. Raise to shoulder level and back down. And if you feel ready to, go ahead and raise your arm right at shoulder level. So you're no longer below shoulder level, but you're just nice and parallel. And I know I tend to go fast, so I'm trying to tell myself to go slower at this movement to really make it count. Okay, if you are able, go ahead and raise those hands a little bit above shoulder level here. I know we might not all have the range of mobility to get to that point, so that's okay. Keep it nice and low as long as you keep on moving. If it is starting to get tired, if you feel any pain at all doing any of our exercises, go ahead and take a step back. We should not be feeling pain, maybe just tiredness, exhaustion of our muscles, but not pain. Pain is not something we should be feeling. Anything sharp, that's not what we want to feel in an exercise. That's not the kind of pain. Okay, let's go ahead and lower those arms and just do a couple repetitions here. Okay, and then go ahead and go lower than shoulder level. Last one. And relax. Take another deep breath in and deep breath out. We're coming up to our shoulders now here. So go ahead and raise those shoulders up and down, up and down. So simply raising those shoulders as though it's trying to reach your ears, and then pulling them all the way down, really lengthen that neck, and just increasing that mobility within your shoulders. If you are able, go ahead and roll those shoulders forward. We'll roll it a couple of times here. Trying to draw as big of a circle with your shoulders. The more times you do it. Okay, roll the shoulders backwards this time. Same thing. Try to draw big circles with your shoulders with every movement, every time you go through. Kind of stretching out a bit of that chest as well and that back. One more. And release. Shake that off if you need to. Okay. Now moving on to our hands this time. I'll come a little bit closer here. So go ahead, stretch those fingers nice and wide, and then we are going to curl that into a gentle fist. Again, stretch the fingers nice and wide, and then curl into a fist. And really just ease into that movement. Go at your own pace, whatever works for you. And these are small muscles that we tend to forget, but we want to make sure that we are moving it, continuing to move it, because if we don't move it, we lose it. So these fine motor skills, we want to make sure we're using it and exercising it. Okay, go ahead and stretch your fingers out once more. If your hands are starting to get tired, feel free to just relax them. But have your fingers nice and stretched out, and then palms facing the floor, and then switch, face the ceiling. Again, face the floor, and then face the ceiling. And keep on going here. We're stretching our hands if we can. We can relax our hands as well if we'd like. If we're starting to get strained or tired from that. But focus on your wrist rotation here. That's what we're doing. Rotating our wrists. And we're not going fast at this. The slower you can go, the better it feels. The more of a stretch it feels. The more you really make the move intentional too. Again, if you need to take a break, go ahead and take a break. Drink some water. I forgot my water, so I will get to that at the end of the hour here. Okay, go ahead and relax the hands. And this time we are going to touch each finger with our thumb. So we're just going through each finger here. Feel free to change up the order in which you do this. Feel free to keep it nice and low right there. I just want to make sure you can see what I'm doing with my finger movements here. And go at your own pace as well for this one. Add a little bit of brain activity with it too by changing up that order. Okay, go ahead and relax. Shake those wrists off. If it's too much to shake your wrist off, feel free to just kind of do little waves. These are fun as well. Okay. We're going to go ahead and do our sit to stand exercise now. So, if you know what it is, go ahead and follow along. If you're not sure what it is, feel free to just watch for now and we'll do demonstrations of it. But the sit to stand, we are sitting towards the edge of our chair, so there's room underneath our legs. Want to make sure our posture is nice and upright. The feet flat on the floor, and we are going to be looking up the whole entire time. We're not looking down at any part of this exercise, so want to make sure you keep that chin nice and up, held high. Okay, so first part to our sit to stand. Make sure again you have a chair with no wheels underneath. You want to have a nice stable chair. But first part to the sit to stand, we are going to inhale, stretch forward, and then exhale, come back, seated upright. Let's try that again. Stretch as far forward as you can. Again, what I do is simply just a skeleton of what, a guide, if you may, of what to do, but it doesn't have to be exact. You don't have to be exactly mirroring what I am doing right here. If you can stretch farther, go ahead and do that too. So that is up to you. Okay. So again, inhale, stretch forward, exhale, come back. Inhale, stretch forward, exhale, come back. One more time here. Inhale, exhale. Okay, with this sit to stand exercise, there's multiple variations to do this. I'm going to show the chair assisted version first, and then I'll go into the other ones as well. But I have a chair right in front of me. I'm going to be using this to boost myself up and then sit back down. You can also use whatever you have at home that is nice and stable and is able to hold your weight. But go ahead, have that right in front of you, because the second part to our sit to stand is lifting a little bit off our chair and then gently coming back down, trying not to plop down. So I know that's a pretty difficult one for a lot of us, but go ahead and try as best as you can. And then also, if you would rather just stay seated in your chair the whole entire time, feel free to keep on stretching forward and back, even though we're getting off our chair. You're still doing a lot of work, a lot of muscles kind of working hard to stay seated in that chair. So do what is available to you. Okay, so let's take a deep breath in and inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Okay, for this sit to stand exercise, it builds momentum. So we are going to start with our first motion of just stretching forward, no lifting yet. We're going to inhale, exhale. Lift a little this time, inhale, and exhale. Okay, let's try that again. If you need that chair in front of you, keep that in front of you. I'm going to do it without a chair this time to show the other variations to this. But let's try that again. First motion, no lifting yet. We're going to inhale, exhale, lift a little this time. Use those arms for momentum. Inhale and exhale. Okay, so that arm swing adds the momentum. If that is not enough, there is another way to do this, our third variation, where we also use our legs for momentum. So feel free to just watch for now or follow along, whatever works for you. But again, first motion of just stretching forward, inhale, exhale, lift a little this time. Before we lift, or not before we lift, but before we lift off of our chair, we're going to rock back, lift those legs up, and then push the ground while swinging our arms. I'll try that again here just for you to see, but what we're going to do is we're going to rock back. When we rock back, we lift the legs. If you watch my legs, they lift off of the ground, and then I use my legs to push and my arms for that momentum. So that's another way to do the first and the second part of the sit to stand. Okay, choose whichever variation works for you. We're going to take a deep breath in and inhale, take a deep breath out, exhale. And let's do that one more time here before we add our very last part to the sit to stand. Okay, first motion where we stretch forward, no lifting yet. Now lift a little, inhale, exhale. Okay, the last part to our sit to stand is standing all the way up and putting all those three motions together. So choose whichever variation you'd like to do, and we'll do this twice here. Okay, so first part, stretch forward, no lifting yet. Go ahead and inhale, exhale. Keep that posture straight. Second part, lift a little, Exhale. Now stand all the way up. Inhale. Set those arms down. Exhale. Okay, before you sit back down, go ahead. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Step back. When you feel that chair behind you, it's touching the back of your legs here. You know where it is. You know where you're going to sit down. We're going to take a deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out and exhale as we lower ourselves. So exhale all the way out. And scoot yourself to the edge of your chair again here. And we're going to start it back up. We'll do it one more time, and then we'll stay standing. For the folks who'd like to do this seated the whole entire time, I'll show seated variations of what our standing exercises look like. Okay. You're towards the edge of your chair, feet flat on the floor. There's room underneath your legs. We are going to make sure posture is straight, shoulders nice and rolled back the whole entire time. And let's take a deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out and exhale. Okay. First part to our sit to stand, we're going to stretch forward and come back. Lift a little this time. Inhale. Exhale. Stand all the way up. Inhale. And exhale. And stay standing. If you are able, go ahead and stand behind your chair here, right in front. Drink some water. Take some deep breaths. And we are going to warm up our ankles now that we're standing up here. So, with your leg, choose one leg. We are going to lift our heel. So just lifting one heel off of the ground, and then we're going to draw a circle with that heel. So if I'm facing the front here, you'll see I'm trying to draw a circle with the heel. Taking deep breaths in and out. Okay, circle the other direction this time. Wake up that heel, or not heel. Wake up that ankle. Our ankle is our strong base of support that keeps us in balance. So I want to make sure we're moving it around, giving it some good mobility, ankle mobility exercise here as well. Set that down. Other side this time. Again, lift that heel up. Toes are still in contact with the ground, and then we draw a circle with that heel. So from the front, it looks like this. It's a bit of a weird motion if we're not used to it, but you get used to it over time, and your ankle becomes a little bit more mobile over time as well. So I know my ankles get stiff at times, so I try to move it all the time here. Switch directions if you haven't yet. Take deep breaths in and out. And kind of wake up those toes as well a bit. Okay, relax, shake the feet off. Okay. So stand behind your chair here. Hold on to that chair for support if you need it. Feel free to practice without it as well. That is up to you. But what we're going to do is we're simply going to go on our tiptoes and then back down. So holding on to that chair for support for balance as we lift and then gently back down. So the key with this one is actually don't go fast. Fight that gravity. You want to go slow the whole entire time, because it makes it really hard to do that. If it's too much, then go a little bit faster. Let that gravity help pull you down, but don't let it do all the work, because that can also lead to injury. Now, if you're doing this seated down, To make it a little bit more challenging, if you'd like, go ahead and sit closer to the edge of your chair, and you can even lean forward so that you feel more of the weight of your body lifting and then coming back down. So that this is a way to make it a little bit more challenging if you're doing this exercise seated down. Of course, if you would like to take a break, and take a break when you need to, of course, go ahead and just lift and set it back down. Okay. I am going to show the next exercise seated here, but for the folks standing up, I'll show what that looks like as well. But here's the seated variation of the next exercise. We are going to, let's face the front, we are going to step to the side, feet together, other side, feet together. Side, together, other side, together. If you're standing up, you can probably already figure out what that looks like. Stepping to the side, feet together, other side, feet together. For folks who want a challenge while you're doing this, sitting down, you can also lift and then feet together, lift, feet together. So imagine as though you're stepping over something kind of on the ground, and folks standing up can also do this challenge as well if you would like. But I'm going to go stand up now just to show. Again, hold on to that chair for support if you need to balance yourself with a chair. Go ahead and do that. Otherwise, you can step away from it. You can add that variation where you step over something if you'd like. Or there is another variation for folks who are standing up where you step to the side, do a mini squat, and feet together. Other side, mini squat, feet together. So this does slow you down a bit. And what a squat looks like from the side, it's imagine as though you're sitting in your chair and then straightening it back up. Okay. Let's just do one more on each side. And relax. Take a deep breath in and inhale. Deep breath out and exhale. Deep breath in, inhale. Deep breath out and exhale. Okay. Okay. So this time, let's do one more standing exercise for the folks standing up before we sit back down here. But what we're going to do is we are going to be stretching our legs here. So I hold on to the chair if you need that support. Otherwise, I am going to move it a bit to the side so you can see what my legs are doing. But what we're going to do is we're going to try and keep our legs straight the whole entire time in this exercise. So remember, try to keep the legs straight if you can. If it's a little bit too hard, gets a little bit tiring, feel free to take a break, of course. But go ahead and stretch one leg to the side. We're just going to work on one side at a time. And then bring to the center. Stretch that same leg to the back. So to the back, it's a little bit hard to see from the front here, but I'm going to face the side. So it's kind of stretching to back. So again, face to the side or stretch to the side, and then stretch back behind you. I'll do it one more here, facing the front here to the side, and then to the back. Let's do it facing this way this time. And remember, it's just one leg working on this motion. Stretching to the side, and then stretching back behind us. So stretching to the side, and then back behind us. Let's do one more before we switch to the other leg, to the side, and back behind us. Okay, that one gets tiring on one leg, especially for the leg that kind of is just set in place the whole time, because you have all your weight on it. Okay, switch, other side, same thing. This time it's just the other leg. Remember, keep those legs outstretched for as long as possible if you can, the whole entire time. And go ahead and stretch to the side, and then stretch back behind you. One more, stretch to the side, and back behind you. I'll show one more from the front before I switch to face the side here. Okay. So stretching to the side, and then stretching back behind you, stretching to the side, back behind you. One more. Okay, relax. Shake those legs off. We're going to try this again one more time. Drink water, take some deep breaths. And as we try this again, I want to point out a few things as well. So, switch. Actually, before we start out again, I showed what it looks like standing up. I'll show what this looks like sitting down now. So, if you're standing up, feel free to take a break or to continue with repetitions. For folks who are sitting down, this is what it looks like sitting down. It's a little bit different. But you are stretching forward. I'll face a little bit to the side here. But you are stretching forward. Bring it back. Or no, my mistake. You're stretching to the side. Bring it back to center. And then instead of going back behind you, it's a little bit hard to do that, especially if you have longer legs. We're going to simply stretch it forward and come back. So stretching to the side, and then stretching forward. So if you can see here, I'm a little bit on the edge of my chair so that I can extend that leg. So kind of extending that leg as much as I can. It's a little bit, I mean, you could do it, but it helps me at least, or it makes it a little bit challenging for me to sit closer to the edge of my chair. So again, other side, stretching to the side, and then forward to the side, and then forward. So that's how you do it sitting down. And now for the folks who are standing up, we're going to do this again, but I want to focus on some details here. So when we stretch back behind us, I know that the tendency is probably to lean forward while we do that. Try to battle that tendency to lean forward. Want to make sure we're standing straight the whole entire time. We're not going like this. So we want to stretch our leg as far as we can while being upright instead of being right here. So I know that's often a tendency that happens. We'll do this 5 times on the right side and then 5 times on the left. And for the folks seated down, go ahead and do that as well. But I'll show it 5 times standing up on the right, and then I'll show it 5 times sitting down on the left. So go ahead and stretch to the side, and then back behind you, to the side, back behind you, side, back. Don't forget to breathe. Side. Is that 5? I'm not sure. We're going to do one more. Side. And back behind you. Okay. We're going to do it left side now this time. And I'm going to do it sitting down. So for folks standing up, you should know what it looks like. We've done it a couple of times. But it's going to look different if you're sitting down. So instead of going back behind you, you're going to go forward. So I'm going to back up here so you can see my feet. But go ahead, side, then stretch forward if you're sitting down, stretch back if you're standing up. Keep on breathing. And last one. And relax. Okay, go ahead and sit back down. Take deep breaths, drink some water. You're going to relax our legs. They've been doing a lot of work, so go ahead and inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Okay. So relaxing our legs, giving them a bit of a break. We're going to focus back up on our upper body here. What we're going to do is we are going to stretch our hands forward. So I am at about chest level here, kind of just chest level, stretching forward. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull and then returning back outstretched here. So pull, come back outstretched. So imagine you're kind of like rowing a boat here, or pulling those things. If you, never mind. Imagine you're rowing a boat. I was trying to imagine another way to do this, but all I can think of is either rowing a boat or doing those exercise machine pulley things. But rowing a boat sounds a lot nicer. And when we pull back here, so when I pull back, I don't have my elbows out as I pull back like this. I'm trying to keep them in as close to my sides as possible. So try and do that as well. Try and keep your elbows close to the sides of your body as you pull back behind you. And let's just do this for 3 more counts here. So go ahead and 3, 2, and 1. Let's relax before we try that again for a little bit. If you notice that you're losing your neck a little bit, you might be getting tired, and it's okay to kind of keep it a little bit lower, pulling a little bit less, but try not to lose your neck. So you want to make sure your nice posture is upright, and back is straight the whole entire time. Okay, take a deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out and exhale. Okay, not first motion. Stretch forward and then come back behind you. We'll just do this for 7 times here. So 2, 3. Really slow down into that movement so that you feel each muscle working hard. This is 5 already. 6. And last one, 7. And we're going to hold it here for a little bit longer. And then release. Take another deep breath in and inhale. Deep breath out and exhale. Deep breath in, inhale. Deep breath out and exhale. Okay. Continuing with our arms, we're going to do something very similar, but not quite the same thing, because we're going to be stretching out our chest and our back here. But what we're going to do is we're going to have our hands straight out in front of us again. Just make sure it's parallel with the floor here. And so go ahead and have your palms meet, palms right in front of you. And then we are going to stretch to the sides. So let me face the front first to show what this looks like. So what I'm doing is I'm stretching Palms meet together in front, and then opening that up, opening that chest up to the side. So if I face the side here, palms meeting and then stretching to the side. As you get comfortable with this range of motion, go ahead and extend a little bit farther back behind you, opening up that chest a little bit more, and then rounding that back when you have your palms meet together like this. So if you watch my body, I am opening up that chest sticking out, and then rounding that back a little. So we are slowly moving into this movement. We don't want to shock any of our muscles into these kind of weird, stretched out formations. So we want to really slow down. If it's too much to move this way, go ahead and just keep on opening and closing. But we are going to stretch out and give a bit of a stretch for our back and our chest here. Let's do one more time. Okay, and relax. Set those arms down. Relax those arms. Take a deep breath in and inhale. Deep breath out and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay, so relaxing those arms now since they probably got heavier over time. I realized that we forgot our head and our neck area, which is a good leeway into our cool down exercises. So, with just your head and your neck, we are going to look to the side, look straight ahead, and then to the other side, straight ahead. So just your head and your neck moving. Stretching all the way and facing each side, being aware of your surroundings. Okay, go ahead. This time, look straight ahead, look up to the ceiling, straight ahead, and then down to the floor. Again, up to the ceiling, straight ahead, down to the floor. Just going back and forth here. And don't forget to breathe as well. Okay, last one. Look up to the ceiling, straight ahead, and down to the floor. Okay, take a deep breath in. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, this time, set your arms to the sides. We're going to be pulling our shoulders down the whole time. Remember to keep them down because we are going to lean to one side here. And imagine as though your ear is trying to reach your shoulder, but it's not doing one of these. We're not raising our shoulders because we are keeping them nice and pulled down. Okay, switch to the other side. So if you feel a stretch kind of in the opposite side of your neck here, that's what you should be feeling. Okay, release. Let's do that again. We're going to breathe into it this time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Switch, other side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, last one now on each side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Release. Kind of loosen up that neck. I know we felt a lot of stretches here. Go ahead and kind of massage that if you need to. Okay, so coming back to our shoulders here, let's go ahead and do another kind of shoulder circle here. We're going to stretch it out just a little bit more. So if you remember, we were circling our shoulders and leaving our arms, our hands just down. This time, let's go ahead and include our elbows and then keep on going with just a little bit more movement. And then go ahead and set those elbows down and continue with the shoulder circles with just your shoulders moving. Okay, we're going to repeat that again. So, 3 movements, including your elbows, and then 3 movements, just your shoulders. Okay, so try that again. Roll those shoulders with the elbows. And then let's go ahead and set those arms down, just the shoulders. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let's reverse that now. We're going to do it twice. We are going to 1, 2, and 3. Remember to move slowly. 1, 2, and 3. Relax. Okay, again. 1, 2, and 3. Now shoulders. 1, 2, and 3. Relax. Take another deep breath in and out. Arms to the sides. And we're going to give ourselves a big bear hug. Squeeze. Go ahead and inhale. And then exhale, release. Let's try that again. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Set the arm beneath. Right on top now this time. Go ahead, inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Okay, let go of those arms. Take another deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out and exhale. Deep breath in, inhale. Deep breath out and exhale. Okay, now we're going to stretch out our legs, and then this will be the last stretch that we do today. So go ahead and extend one leg forward. Don't lock out that knee though. Keep it not fully stretched out, but just as stretched out as you can. Go ahead and either flex your foot, so what that means is lifting it off the ground, or keep it flat on the ground, whatever works for you. But I'm going to flex my foot here so I feel a bit more of a stretch. But I'm going to lean forward. And when you lean forward and start to feel a stretch underneath here, then that's what you should be feeling. So take a deep breath in, inhale. Take a deep breath out, exhale. And release. Other side. Leave that leg out stretched, not fully stretched out though. You want to make sure you keep that knee nice and soft to keep it safe. And go ahead and lean forward until you feel a stretch on the underside of your leg. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Let's try that again now. Go ahead and stretch out that leg, flex that foot, or keep it nice and pointed, whatever works for you. But go ahead and lean forward. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Release. Other side now. Stretch out that leg, flex that foot, lean forward, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale, and release. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Carmel. I work with Eastside Neighborhood Services with the Vital Living Program. This was Vital Fitness, and I hope you're all taking care, staying safe. I'll post a link to our latest December newsletter. We have some upcoming classes, especially come the new year, like our Powerful Tools for Caregivers or our Matter of Balance class, which is a fall prevention class. If you're interested in learning more, as well as any of our continuing programs like our Northeast Day Spot or our caregiver support groups, go ahead and click on the link. I'll share it within the comments in a few minutes here, but I hope you're all taking care, staying warm, and have a good day. Bye-bye.